A waste management company say a lack of regulation around product packaging means consumers are being duped into buying things which aren't nearly as green as they promise. Recyclable, compostable, biodegradable, what else is there? Eco-friendly. These are all terms being plastered across all sorts of products these days, from coffee cups to toothbrushes. But knowing what they actually mean and how they can be disposed of can be very confusing. To find out more, our reporter Ellie Jay went to Raglan, where residents are on a mission to become New Zealand's first waste-free town.
Tucked away in the hills of the Waikato town of Raglan is a community enterprise that takes in everything that the town's 5,000 inhabitants throw away. Extreme Zero Waste is also home to a huge composting unit. The concrete trough is 40 metres long and 4 metres high with a sliding roof. Inside, there are piles of food waste in various stages of composting.
We set up the feedstock in the composter like a lasagna with the food waste bags and the green waste, and then it is moved along, and as it moves along it becomes more the food and the bags basically disappear. They break down into compost and then it looks like this.
Liz Stanway is Organics team leader at Extreme Zero Waste. She says 75% of Raglan's waste is diverted from landfill, and the composter could divert nearly another 20%. But plastics present a problem. Smaller items like bottle caps, plastic bags and fruit stickers slip through the hand sorting process and can contaminate the compost.
We really have become plastic addicts, and we know with the green sword, China saying we don't want to have the world's recycled plastic to be processed here, that we really need to look at how we use plastic packaging.
This week, they're adding some plastics to the composter on purpose. Amanda Moxey is researching a new type of single-use plastic. She's adding forks, food boxes and clear plastic cups, which all claim to be fully compostable. A coffee cup we brought with us says biodegradable, but even this can't go in. Amanda explains biodegradable means organisms break the cup down, but it could take hundreds of years. Compostable means it'll break down in about 12 weeks, and certified compostable means it won't leave toxins in the soil.
We need to adopt some form of labelling like we have now for recycling that would have a very clear indication, like maybe a logo, something really clear and simple that would explain this is commercially compostable or hot compostable or home compostable, and then you would know what you can do with it.
Amanda is trialling plastics that meet international compostable standards. New Zealand doesn't have standard labels on compostables, and a huge difference in symbols can make it hard for consumers to know what to do with them.
This one is sort of a clear see-through cup that you might get at an event or a festival. How could you tell that something like this would be compostable?
At the moment, without standardisation of any marking, can just tell on the bottom it says PLA, which is polylactic acid, and I know that can be composted. So if you know that that can be composted, then that's the only way of telling at the moment.
Most compostable products are only able to be broken down in commercial facilities. So what's happening to the rest of them?
At the moment, unless there's infrastructure in place, collection, containment and ability to compost, then it's possibly going into landfill.
Commercial composters like this one can be replicated across the country, but Liz warns that certified compostable plastics aren't a silver bullet.
I look in the supermarket shelves and think to myself, if all of that was compostable, what would the impact be? The impact would be the mountains of plastic that we see on TV coverage not being able to go to China would suddenly become a compostable challenge. The idea that we can replace petroleum-based plastic with biodegradable plastic, and I would actually question that we should think hard before we make that quick transition from one kind of plastic to another and think that it's good.
Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Ellie Jay tēnei.